Douglas Macgregor not only has something against Muslims, Trump's new man in Berlin also believes that the Third Reich played a crucial role in the defense of the West. One can only hope for the German-American relationship. A true diplomat is a man who thinks twice before saying nothing, wrote Winston Churchill. Although it was recorded decades ago, unfortunately this bon mot did not get around to the designated American ambassador in Germany. Douglas Macgregor, a retired colonel in the US Army, has been a foreign policy chatterbox for the past few years. Now that he is stepping onto the diplomatic floor, his sometimes drastic requests to speak have turned into traps that Trump opponents in the United States are relishing, and you really can. Macgregor castigated the sick mentality of the Germans. To this day they would voluntarily atone for the sins of the 13 years that Adolf Hitler brought on them. It is clear that it was only 12 years in which Germany was preparing to burn the swastika to the world, and not 13, Mr. Macgregor. Macgregor's view that the Reich played a crucial role in defending Western civilization is more questionable. Poles, Czechs and Jews will remember this differently, to say at least. And Mr. Macgregor, of course my generation is not responsible for what they did that time, but my generation still has a responsibility. You have to learn from your past, or from your country's past. Many countries and many people don't do that, but we did learn that lesson. And so we all know that we are not responsible for what happened there, but we are all responsible to do all in our power to prevent that from happening again. With the view on that, with some daring, one could venture the bold thesis he has that no one but Hitler did more for democracy in Germany because he drove out the Germans' tendency to political adventures once and for all. At least out of the most of the Germans. Unfortunately, we have a few at the moment who vote right-wing extremists, but they are a minority, and we Democrats will make sure they stay a minority. But one does not trust Macgregor to have such demanding thoughts if one reads what else he has to say. In any case, the murder of the Serbs against the Kosovars did not bother the soldier. To this day, he complains of the short-sightedness of his own government to have supported Muslim Kosovo in the Balkans and not the Christian Serbs. Apparently, Macgregor has something against Muslims. As a rough pensioner, he may express his opinion among like-minded people, but as an official representative of his country, these words are strange. If Macgregor doesn't learn anything, Germany will face a pyrotechnic intercom who will fire one or the other rocket. After all, in Berlin he would be an excellent hero of intellectual poverty, for which his master in the White House also stands. After almost 4 years in office, the Allies know that Donald Trump likes to let his privativeness run free. Worse still, it destroys the American alliance system as we have known it since Harry S. Truman. It is only logical that Trump, in Macgregor, sends a willing executor of his destructive mania to Berlin, the United States' most important ally in Europe. For the West in general, and for German-American relations in particular, one can only hope that Macgregor's appointment will drag on until the presidential campaign prevents him from being posted. Until then, it is important to keep a cool head in Berlin and dream of the times when American ambassadors brought a special level to Europe, for example, at the time of Truman. When asked what it felt like to sit in the White House and be the most powerful person in the world, Truman replied, "Gosh, if someone really sits in the Oval Office and thinks he is the most powerful man in the world, then this guy is in big trouble, and with him, the country and the world." And if you now want to know more about European politics from a German point of view, YouTube has chosen another of my videos right here for you in the end screen, right next to your chance to subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in my next video. Click and enjoy. Viel Spaß!